welcome to Cosplay Tea Time, a fun community of cosplayers bringing you podcast recordings where we'll talk about different themes such as animes, the art of cosplaying, colors, holidays, and so much more. Today is a very exciting episode because we are starting off with Cosplay Tea Time Season 8. Yay! So, new year, new season, new topics to talk about. It's gonna be awesome. So, with today's theme, we're going to be talking about Ouran High School Host Club. Quite the mouthful, but a beloved 90s anime that's very nostalgic, and I'm very excited to hear everyone's thoughts and feelings about the show, the characters, music, art designs, and so much more. So let's go and take it away with our first introduction for the day, starting with...
Hi everybody, you know me as Loud Blast Cosplay on TikTok. My name is Naomi. And you can also find me over on YouTube. Jason?
Hi everyone, welcome to 2026, a new season. I'm Jason. I'm Crimson Fire. You can also find me on Instagram or TikTok.
Awesome. Well, thank you both so much for joining. Really appreciate you both taking time out of your day to come, have a cup of tea, different things like that. So as always, my name is Jen. I'm the founder of Cosplay Tea Time as well as today's host. You can find me Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube at JenPeeredCosplays45. And today I dressed up as one of the twins from the school, so very excited to be representing at least one of them. Alright, and with that, chin up a little bit, we're just going to jump right into today's theme. So, got a little bit of fun facts for you about the show. So I will say, disclaimer, I do not pronounce Japanese names very well. It's very tricky to my little tongue and everything like that. So I just want to say, disclaimer, if I pronounce any of these names wrong, I'm sorry. I'm going to channel my pure Nikos here. I am sorry. I'm going to try my best, and that's all we can do is try our best. So here we go. Ouran High School Host Club is a Japanese manga series written and illustrated by Bisco Hattori. The manga was run for a short amount of time and then followed by the anime that was shown April 2006 to November 2006. The series follows Haruhi Fijoki, who goes to the Ouran Academy on scholarship. Haruhi goes into a room where a host club resides at. 6 male students, Tamaki Suho, the Prince Charming type, Kyo Itori, the cool type, Mitsukumi or Honey, the Lolito Shoto type, Takashi Mori, the wild type, strong and silent type in the dubbed version, Kaharo Hinachi, one of the 2 little devil types, Hikaru Hinachi, one of the 2 little devil types, who host parties for the female students. However, Haruhi knocks down an expensive vase and now has to dress up for these parties to pay off the debt. The series goes through a variety of arcs and costume changes as the host club provides entertainment for all. So I tried my best. I don't know what the dates were for the manga, but it's out there somewhere, so sorry about that. So with that, we're going to go ahead and dive into our first question for Season 8 and all that good stuff, with it being, when and how did you first start watching the Ouran Host Club series?
So I originally started watching it when it was released on Crunchyroll, which I believe was there a few years after it premiered on TV. Jason?
If my memory serves me right, I think I started watching a little. Oh boy, it was a while until I started hearing. Then I started watching. I wish I could remember when that was, but
It's okay.
Nope.
I feel you sometimes. It's like, when did I start watching that show?
Mm-hmm.
When did it first occur? First discovered the show, I think it was on Crunchyroll or maybe Netflix at the time. It's still on Netflix to this day. I just checked before the recording, so I did fact check that. But I remember watching it in college whenever I was a baby baby Jen watching anime and all this stuff, but I was watching that and I was like, it's a pretty good show. And then I was like, so is there going to be a season 2? And they're like, yeah. And I was like, but it's good. Like it. So, yeah, so sometime early 2012, 2013 range. And then I believe I've done 2 separate rewatches. One, I think during the pandemic, just needed some good nostalgia. I think at that point I was like watching like Card Captors, Sakura, and another 90s anime at the time, and I was like, I want to watch Orion Host Club again, so just whole 90s collection there. And then again a couple years ago, maybe like a year or 2 ago, I ended up rewatching it because I was just like, yeah, I need something wholesome, and this was a good show to watch. So yeah, 3 rewatches. It's pretty rare, so that just shows how good of a show it is. So let's see. Up next we have, which 3 characters are your favorite?
My 3 favorite characters: Honey Senpai, Tamaki, and whoever Michael J. Tim voices. I can't remember his name. Jason?
I'm gonna need to be reminded of names because it's been forever too long. I have to go with the one who's always, just the goofy one. I can't think of his name now. Now I'm drawing a blank. I'm gonna go with Honey and Haruhi.
Like, which goofy type are we going for? They all got their little goofy quirks, so.
If I'm being honest, I think the one who's always causing like chaotic mischief the most.
Was he like tall and blonde? Don't know.
Like I said, it's been far too long, so
okay.
I don't remember it very well.
Rewatching the Cosplay Tea Time server. No, so yeah, I'll definitely say Tamaki, because he's so dramatic. He's just a little baby. I like him when he goes and he sits in the corner and just pouts and everything. It's like, oh. I'd say Honey Senpai. I'd love to feed him cakes all the time, just give him little head pets and stuff, and make little clothes for his little bunny. I think that'd be so cute. Can make little outfits for him. And then Haruhi, of course. She's just like putting up with all their shenanigans and all that. So, top 3 favorite characters. So, up next, I have, which scenes from the anime/manga are your favorite?
Honestly, my favorite scenes from the anime are probably the ending scenes where Tamaki and can't remember his name, but Tamaki was in a competition with one of the other host club members for Haruhi's attention. When they started dancing, that's one was my favorite scene. Jason?
I think my favorite is the first time everybody gets introduced to Haruhi and they think she's a male, so it's just, and then it just snowballs into all the shenanigans and hilarity that just ensues. Just they just don't write as much as they used to anymore.
I was among that too, because I at first thought she was a guy, and then it's like all like the little light bulbs going off, and then the last one it was like, oh wait a second, like my own light bulb went off, and I was like, oh wow, that just adds more to the story. So I'm trying to think. Probably that moment was one of my favorite moments. I like the episode that was like Alice in Wonderland themed. They all dressed up as the different characters. Like that's really cute. I like the anime shows that do that, like little Alice in Wonderland spin-off for one episode. So for a whole season, like Ruby. But anyway, so yeah, I'd say that one, and then maybe the ending scene. I think Haruhi was like going away or something like that, and then Tamaki stepped in. I don't know. That was the moment where I was like, we need season 2. But yeah, it's all good. So lots of good moments in the show. Let's see. Up next, so I'm trying to read tiny screen. Let's see. Up next we have, which character would you want to spend the day with, and what would you do?
I keep blanking on his name.
Quick Google search.
He was the one with the dark hair and the glasses.
Hmm.
But yeah, I honestly would want to just like have a tea party with him and just chill out and not watch the shenanigans because we're both tired. Like, come on, Jason.
It might sound silly, but I mean, why not go with Haruhi? You gotta understand their backstory and why they came there and started this the whole shenanigans, the whole shebang. It's like you gotta understand where they're from. You gotta, it makes it more fun and interesting.
It does. And humble beginnings, humble backgrounds, so it's kind of like, let me see, I'll answer real quick because the next question goes into that. So let's see, switch character would I spend for the day? Like so far, maybe Honey Senpai, just bake him a bunch of cakes and sweets and all that, and just like, make little outfits for his like bunny rabbit, just let him be a kid. So yeah, so up next kind of goes into this. So have you ever tried instant coffee before, or do you want to try instant coffee?
I actually was obsessed with this instant coffee brand. By the way, not sponsored, but Green Day's Punk Bunny coffee. I was obsessed. Jason.
I'll be honest, no, I'm not much of a coffee person. And to answer your question, Naomi, the person you're thinking of is Kiyoya Otori.
Oh, thank you, Jason. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Ding ding ding. Oh. Let's see. So yes, I have tried instant coffee before. In fact, I lived on it throughout undergrad and whenever I worked at a daycare setting. It was just like a quick, easy mix and stuff. Maxwell House, not sponsored, but yeah, just like put it in, stir it, add your creamer and stuff, and then just go on about your day. So, because that was something that Haruhi introduced the host club to, is like, instant coffee and everything. They were just like, oh, what is this mystery and stuff. So yeah, I thought that was adorable too. Thought I'd ask because something fun and random. Let's see. Up next we have, how has the show inspired you? Has the show inspired you in any way, and how?
Honestly, the show's inspired me to be more true to myself. And I was closeted for a while about my identity, and then I watched the show and it's like, oh, this makes a lot of sense. Jason?
I think why it's inspired is, finding more and more animes in the same subgenre to watch. But the fact is, there just isn't much as there should be anymore. It's like we need more good animes like or high school because come on, give us more seasons. This is what the fans want. Just do it for us, please. We're begging.
You know that feeling. So
We will pay for the merch.
I know all the merch, obviously. Yeah, how's the show inspired me? I'm trying to think. I think just being open to trying new animes. At first it's kind of like, it seems a little dorky. It's like old animation style and stuff like that. But then the more you get into the story and the characters, learning about the characters and how they impact the main character, which is Haruhi, then it's like, okay, like this is like really, really good story. There's like good music. Eventually you get used to the art style and stuff. But yeah, I watch this as a baby anime watcher, so it's fun to talk about now. So let's see. Up next, we have, what are your thoughts about the LGBTQIA plus representation in the show?
Well, I think it's a bit questionable because at the time it was made, not much information was given about the communities and the lifestyles they led. But then again, it was like the early 2000s, so nobody knew what they were doing. Jason?
Honestly, I think it was ahead of its time to do something that early when, something like that was frowned upon. But they just said, you know what, we're going to push the envelope and you know what, we're going to do it. we're gonna send it. If you don't like it, well, that's too bad because we're pushing that agenda, and yet here we are.
It'll be everybody's cup of tea. Ooh, bad joke.
Mhm.
But yeah, no, I thought I'd bring that up because that was something pivotal to the show, except for it's like early 90s, or I guess late 90s, early O's and everything. So not a lot of
Mhm.
shows were the representation wasn't there as much. So now there's
Mhm.
a bunch of shows out there, Ruby, She-Ra, different shows like that. So, but yeah, I mean, I thought it was good that they were showing that. I especially feel like Haruhi's father needed more love and representation because he was trying to be both father and mother to Haruhi. Because Haruhi, spoiler, even though the show's been out for a while, Haruhi's mother died when she was young, I believe. She died pretty young. I think the father was also grieving in a way, so then he turned it to, well, maybe I can play both roles, which at that point, yeah, you're playing both mother and father to a small child and everything. So the fact that he would dress up as the mother and everything, and he didn't really let it bother him. He was just like, "Oh yeah, like, hey honey, how was your day?" and all this stuff. It was like, okay, like you see the vision, you see what he's trying to do, and it's very
Mhm.
admirable. So yeah, I was just like, huh, never thought of it that way. So yeah, good things, good things. All right, we are on to the last question, surprisingly, which is, what are your thoughts about a second season?
Oh, please, we need another season. Considering how long the manga ran, there's a lot of missing information, especially given the subtext that was given by the author after what happened to everybody when they graduated. Jason?
I gotta go with Naomi said, but that's another thing I think we would love to see more. It's more representation of the current LGBTQT community
Mhm.
because a lot of animes don't do as much as it used to back then. And it's like, you know, it's helped a lot of kids see their identities now. So hey, give credit where credit's due.
Mhm.
Be more comfortable being their true selves, like it was mentioned before. So, hey, oh well, going on these crazy little adventures with host clubs. So, and I would say, as I've mentioned multiple times during the show, yes, I would love a second season. I'd love to see where the characters are at, what they're doing, what are they up to. So, different things.
Mhm.
So, yes, give us a second season. So, but
Please.
we're asking nicely. So, yes, and with that, that was all the questions I had for the Orion High School Host Club podcast recording. So, as always, I like to turn it over to the guest and tea sippers, see if they have any questions for folks in the tea room here or for viewers out there. So, Naomi?
What's your favorite coffee?
Oh,
I'll
oh, wait a second.
say it once, I'll say it again. I'm not a coffee person. I never will be. I'm
Oh.
sorry. It's just
What is
coffee
it?
has never been right for me.
Wait, this is going to be an interrogation, but Jason, what do you not like about coffee?
I just can't stand the smell of it. I'll be honest. It's
Oh.
like it's a little bit nauseating to me. It's like
Maybe if you did like a
Mhm.
light roast or something that's like
Mhm.
it tastes like coffee, but it's not like in your face like this is coffee like dark roast is, then maybe a lot of cream, a lot of
This is
sugar.
coffee.
Mm-hmm. There you go. Naomi's got some coffee perfume. We're just gonna gradually expose you to the smell of coffee. No. It's like I don't need an intervention. Oh.
I'm scared now. I'm ready to do that
Oh
instead.
no, don't be scared. Let me see. Favorite coffee? You've opened a book of worms on this. We actually do have a coffee podcast recording out there. So let me see. Favorite coffee? I always drink Maxwell House in the morning. That's what my dad always drank growing up, so I still drink that. Love, not sponsored, but Starbucks. Starbucks is good for a quick cup of coffee. There's a bunch of little coffee shops here and there. my local bakery, they just put out a lavender latte. Chef's kiss.
Ooh.
It's delicious. And oh, it's not coffee. But I have the cream brulee tea in my teacup right now. Oh my gosh, I'm tired. But
My sister just got me a bag.
oh yay! That's wonderful. So yep, that's all the coffee I'll drink. But I'll drink anything. Medium roast, dark roast, it don't matter. So Naomi, are you a coffee drinker? Shira, what are the two? I meant to do a rewatch.
Katra and Shira.
Katra and Shira, yeah, those two are also adorable together. I'm trying to think who else. I feel like I have a long list of people, but then there are some ships or like some people in like shows that I'm just like I want to ship together, but I don't know if people would like that, so I'm gonna keep that quietly to myself. So, Jason, anything you got?
I think a really good, representation that came out in like the 2010s was, the Book of Korra from Avatar. That really was a good one for sure. Because she started out straight, then later on she's questioning like, wait, am I really into men or am I into women? So it's like, that's just today's norms now. It's like people are still questioning like, am I straight? Am I gay? And I think they did a very good job of that.
Make sure that people feel safe, people feel validated, most importantly, people feel loved, so they feel accepted. Those are the major things to consider. So, very, very nice. Well, with that all said and done, just want to say, thank you both for coming to the first episode of Cosplay Tea Time Season 8. So, many more episodes to come. So, yes, and then we'll have, the video will already be out. Sorry, I'm trying to get my timeline right. The video will be out, themes and the dates already posted, so that'll be on YouTube and TikTok, I believe. Instagram will have like one of those highlights that you can go and look and set the timer and everything, as well as our Cosplay Discord. So if you want to join Cosplay Tea Time, if this is your cup of tea, do be sure to message us on Instagram. We have a link tree down below. Just send us a message saying you want to join. You must be 18 years or older, because again, safety is a thing. So we'll get you squared away so you can join one of these awesome podcast recordings, because we got a lot of fun themes this season and next season. Ooh, spoilers a little bit. So, and then just want to say too, thank you, Jason and Naomi, for attending. Thanks for sharing your thoughts and everything. So really, really appreciate it. And with that, we're going to go and take off into our little corners of the world. I just want to say thank you all so much for watching. Stay tuned for more fun episodes, and we'll see you next time for tea. And as always, keep sipping away. Bye, everyone.
Bye, guys.
Bye.